Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, that is our 5 main topics of the day. However, we've started a new segment this series of ours
Yeah.
called Rumor Reel. Let's hear
Mhm.
that new sound effect I got for us.
Now settle in, folks. It's time for the rumor reel.
So, if you're not sure what this is all about, also,
That was
I'm so
beautiful.
proud of that sound effect.
That was beautiful.
So this is a segment where we talk about the rumor of the month, something that isn't based on facts, but merely fun speculation. So our rumor of reel of the month is Super Smash Brothers movie? Question mark.
Huh?
So this comes to us from Game Rant. Following the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Illumination is reportedly pitching Nintendo an Avengers-style Super Smash Bros. Film. Illumination, an animation studio under the Universal Studios umbrella, is the same team behind Mario's super successful 2023 feature film. Despite mixed reviews, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was a massive success at the box office, where it became the highest-grossing video game movie of all time. It's not just successful by video game adaptation standards, either the Super Mario Bros. Movie is simply one of the highest grossing animated films ever made and Illumination's highest grossing project to date. After the Super Mario Bros. Movie joined the $1 billion club, it was only a matter of time before Nintendo followed up with another big screen debut. The video game company went in a bit of a different direction, however, as Nintendo announced it was teaming up with Sony for a live-action Legend of Zelda movie. Still, that's just one iron in the fire for a company that is absolutely loaded with popular IP. Given the success of Nintendo and Illumination's partnership so far, it isn't hard to imagine that the two could team up for more animation projects in the future. So, here's what I have to say about this, just to start off. If you're gonna do an animated Super Smash Brothers, then what are you doing a live-action Zelda movie for?
Hmm.
If you want
Yeah.
Link to be part of the Super Smash Brothers movie, doesn't that mean you're going to have to split that up now and do a live action and an animated version? Or is Link going to just show up in the Super Smash Brothers movie as an animated character based on the live action character? How does that work?
Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah,
Sort of a
like,
mix of live action. Are you asking me?
I
Like,
mean, I'm
are you?
throwing it
Yeah.
out in the air. If you want to, if you want to answer, you can. But
Yeah. No. I just want to make sure you finished with what you were gonna say. You completed your thought.
well, let me finish with this thought
Yeah.
then. I think I really would love to see a Super Smash Brothers movie, but animation wise, that means it's gonna take us years. Like, dude, like Marvel started in 2008 and they got their live action Marvel's Avengers movie in 4 years by 2012. So 4 years it took. The Super Mario Bros. Movie took 2 years to make, maybe 3 years technically, with all the pre-production stuff and all the animation behind the scenes stuff that we didn't hear about. Like, it takes a while to make animation stuff happen. Heck, your brother is an animator. I mean, I'm sure he can attest
Yep.
to that kind of
That's
thing,
right.
right? So that's the kind of thing where it's like, if you're gonna make animated movies and you're gonna pitch a Super Smash Brothers movie, I don't think we're gonna see a Super Smash Brothers movie until like 2033 or something like that, Raul. Especially if you're gonna do, like, I mean, let's see, like, you got the Super Mario Bros. Movie, then you do a Metroid movie or something like that, then you do a Kirby film, you get the Zelda movie out there, and then you're gonna do an Avengers movie kind of thing.
Look, who's to say though that that's how they're gonna do it? You never know. I mean,
That's true.
they could come out with Smash Brothers sooner. They could come out with Smash Bros sooner and then spin all the characters off into their own films.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? Who knows?
So I don't know. What else do you think about this, Raul?
Well, I was gonna say, I think what you're asking about, like if they're gonna do a Legend of Zelda live action, how are they gonna do? Are they gonna do two different versions? I say yes. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think there's gonna be the Legend of Zelda live action universe.
Mm.
And I think for this, they're going to have the animated Nintendo universe as being like a separate thing. And I mean, I don't see any. I wouldn't be surprised if they just had a new Link, an animated version of Link that they include in this Smash Bros. Film.
Yeah. Also, there is the fact that, like, every now and then a Marvel Avengers movie will introduce a character in that Avengers movie. So there's a good
Right.
chance that we don't even need an animated Zelda film. We
Right.
could just put Link in the Smash Brothers world in that movie. But, like, who doesn't want to see an animated Zelda film, dude? That would look so cool. Even the live action one, they've talked about like potentially, oh, it might look like Studio Ghibli, but if it was live action, you know? Just give me that in 2D. Like, give it animated for me. Like, I want it to be a cartoon. I don't want it to be live action if you're gonna copy Studio Ghibli. Come on, you know? But
You might have your cake and eat it too, because now that I'm thinking about it, okay, you've already got your live action Legend of Zelda coming out. You got plans to do this animated Smash Bros film with all the other characters, starting with the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out. I mean, you're gonna have to have, unless they just don't include Link at all. I don't know, which I don't know how they do that.
I don't think they would do
No,
that.
you're gonna have to have an animated Link, because yeah, it would. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they might throw in the live action Link in there, and it will be like Roger Rabbit or something. But I don't know. I think it would be more appropriate to use an animated Link. All that being said, once that's all said and done, I don't see how Nintendo isn't tempted to then spin off that Link into its own series, where now you've got the live action Zelda series and an animated Zelda series. I don't know. It's weird because it's like, how if you're Nintendo, how could you not ignore that and not spin it off into an animated? But then it's like, how? Well, then what do you do? Like, how's that going to work? I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of questions. I will
Yeah.
say in general, I think this is just, I don't know. This is kind of one of those things I roll my eyes at, because it's like, oh, great, of course, they want an animated universe too, or they want a connected universe too. Everybody wants their connected universe. Everyone wants their shared universe. Of course, they're salivating to do Smash Bros. Of course. I just think this is one of those putting the cart before the horse kind of things.
Mm.
I don't know. It's too early to talk about Smash Bros. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool, but let's focus on other things. Like, you're working on the Legend of Zelda movie. You're working on more Mario sequels.
I
I don't know.
I would understand why they're talking about it so early, because of the fact that it takes so long to animate. Like I would like, to me it's believable whether or not this is a rumor. Like I believe that they probably did have these conversations at some point. However,
Oh, of course, yeah.
if they go through with it, I don't know if that's going to happen just yet. But also, dude, I remember like maybe like a year and a half ago or something, you and I reported that Nintendo bought their own studio for animation. So like,
Yes,
it's
yeah, they did.
interesting to me that they decided to keep working with Illumination. Maybe they had made this deal with them prior to, this whole thing. But like, now that they're so stuck with Universal that they kind of have to do more of that with them, right? Isn't that how that would work? I don't know what their contracts look like. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's a whole
Yeah,
nother thing,
yeah. I mean, sure. We'll see how it pans out. I just want to see what happens with the rest of this stuff first. Legend of Zelda, Mario. That's kind of where my head's at right now. I'm not at the point where I'm even thinking about a Smash Bros movie. It just seems
Right.
so. It just seems so intangible at this point. At least for me. I just want to see what they do with the stuff that they've got. A little more recently coming out of the gate.
Your daughter will basically be in middle school by the time that movie comes out.
I mean, she very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I would not be surprised, And do you think Chris Pratt could hold a Mario voice for the next 10 years? Oh my God. I don't know.
That's yeah.
All right, we're
Yeah,
gonna end it there because I don't
that's
want to
a
think any
thing.
further. But
Yeah, yeah. All
but
right.
good for Chris Pratt if he ends up doing stuff like that.
Good
Good
for
for him.
Chris Pratt.
Good for Chris Pratt. He's like Aquafina. He's voicing everybody now, right?
He's everywhere.